What I just showed you right there is essentially the difference of two companies here, right? One company was very soft, very soft. They had a no-kill rule. Every time Spider-Man threw somebody off the roof, Spider-Man would magically somehow web him to the wall so he doesn't fall to his death. That's how soft Spider-Man was. Okay, he would not let a single bad guy die. He wouldn't do that. Okay, he would not have blood on his hands, bro. Ever. The only time they ever showed any kind of absolute gruesomeness is when Venom hit the scene. When he actually ate Kraven's head. That was crazy too. That was such a what's this refreshing welcome? Like, wow, okay, thank you for showing us that. That's actually epic. That's actually amazing. We want to see more of that, please. And then they hit us with Wolverine. Boom, there you go. One of the most bloodiest heroes we know. One of the most bloodiest characters we know, and he does not care at all. Then we got God of War Laufey. I mean, God of War. Let me just whatever. Doesn't matter if it's Laufey or whatever. We got a God of War. Started off opposite, actually. It was bloody, it was gruesome, there was blood everywhere. They did not care. Kratos killed every single person that was on everybody. Those Blades of Chaos were rated E for everybody. That's it. Everybody got it. The guy that was literally crying, from his family dying, and he also wanted revenge on the gods. Guess what Kratos did? Because the guy was on the way. He was shimming on the ledge and everything. It's like, I'm shimming on the left. He's shimming on the left, on the ledge. And then the guy's crying, oh, the gods killed my family. I hate the gods, blah, blah, blah. Shed the same sentimentalities as Kratos. Kratos just didn't care. He took that guy, slammed his head against the wall. I think, I can't remember the specifics, but he killed him in the most brutal way possible. He kills citizens who have their homes destroyed for orbs. He does that. He invaded Athens. He invaded multiple cities. Did he invade Athens? I can't remember. He invaded multiple cities. Literally, he stopped Ares from destroying Athens, only for them to do the same thing. Years later. Brutal character. One of the most brutal He destroyed the whole world. He just killed everybody. Yeah, everybody dead because of him. In the in the Greek mythology, everybody's dead. All humans, except for Athena. Now there's creatures flying around from hell, from the underworld, blah blah blah, all those things. That's how brutal Kratos was. And now it seems like the only thing we kill in God of War is plants and a bunch of machines and some creatures that, don't really spew blood. They spew like green blood or something. Like, it's still blood, but it's not the same blood that we know. The only blood that we know as human beings. Right? And I don't know. When was the last time Kratos killed somebody was when he killed Baldur. And he snapped his neck, bro. That's like one of the most safest ways to kill somebody, bro. Like, that's like screaming, hey, we're trying to appeal to children here, okay? We no longer care about adults. We're trying to appeal to children. That's what we're trying to do here, okay? We're completely gone. The guy who created Kratos was right, bro. It was that popular. He was right.
I don't want these characters to grow. I don't give a fuck what you're going through at the studio. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. If you're going to build a brand new IP, or you're going to build a character into the God of War lore, and that character is struggling or dealing with your problems that a lot of you guys that have gotten older and girls at the studio have dealt with, that's wonderful. Do that shit all day long. But don't take the character Kratos or Indiana Jones and go, you know what? I'm Steven Spielberg. I'm older now, and I'm really into family, and I want to tell stories about fathers and sons and God. No, fuck you.
I mean, God, Jesus, I hate the fact that I gotta agree with him. He hated 2018 God of War. I loved 2018 God of War, but some things that were like identifiable about Kratos were completely gone come the remake of God of War. And it just sucks. 2018 was still amazing, still amazing because of the plot. It still had some elements from old God of War, and it had a bit of realism in there, just to put a dash of something that hits the soul of the person who's playing this game, bro. Anybody could connect to this character known as Kratos. Now, because and this isn't even Laufey's problem, but this all started in Ragnarok. After that, no killing is not allowed here, okay? Bad language is not allowed here, okay? Medieval times type of tone, language, dialogue is not allowed here anymore, okay? We're gonna make this SNL. Not even SNL. SNL has a bit of, at least people can swear there. You know what I mean? At least they can say some foul things there. We're gonna make this, I don't know. Let me not, this comedy shows that I like. We're gonna make this Friends. I wasn't a fan of that Friends. We're gonna make this like Friends. We're watching a Friends episode today. You're gonna buy an extremely expensive game called God of War Laufey, but low key, this is about Friends. This is maybe the real God of War is the friends we made along the way. Maybe that's just it's toast. It's toast. This isn't about never mind the sexist, the misogynistic comments. Never mind those guys. Those guys have a deep mental problem. You are right. They're incels. They got issues. Never mind that. Never mind that. Because they're making noise right now. They're making a lot of noise. But because they're the ones who are the loudest, legitimate concerns don't actually make it through to the other side to say this is the problem with God of War Laufey. And really, to be honest with you, what should have sparked this conversation in the first place was God of War Ragnarok, which I had a deep problem with. Because I think part of the reason I have a problem with that game is because I bought it on release and I expected something amazing out of it. But I got like this rushed project. I got this soft ass thing that exposed, that further exposed the 2018 problems. It just escalated everything to an extreme. At the end of the day, I just felt like I'm playing a PG-13 game. I feel like Santa Monica is only going to realize the problem with this later down in the years as they release more games. We're yet to see how many records are they gonna break with this one in terms of sales and everything. But we can already see that there's a lot of contest when it comes to this. I don't think a lot of people are gonna buy God of War Laufey. I don't think they are. But we will see though. I think it's still gonna make some record-breaking numbers. Probably not, I don't know. But we'll see about that. But they have completely moved away. I mean, imagine if they still kept the realness of God of War in any of these games. Never mind the story, but imagine if they actually kept the brutality in that. If we knew 2018 is still blood. For Christ's sakes, look at Ragnarok. Look at the only time. Even in 2018, look at the only time when they actually met human beings. 2018, the way they carried that was powerful. That scene where Atreus actually kills a person, a real person, no longer a drugger, not some kind of a plant or animal or whatever, a human being, killing a human being. Look at the heaviness of just killing a human being did to him. It was a whole scene where it started that very famous line from Kratos, "Close your heart to it." Close your heart to it. That was crazy. They didn't have the brutality in the game and they took it away and everything. That's when they took it away. But the fact that they acknowledged that this is crazy, like the killing another person is insane. The fact that they acknowledged that the realness that came with that whole, with that whole thing was one of the most, like, they cooked. They cooked. They cooked on so many levels on 2018. I guess they had to take a break in Ragnarok. I guess they had to. They just had to. Just tired of cooking so much, But they took away the blood, the gruesomeness, and everything. When you kill a human being, they turn into flowers. They turn into leaves, and then they blow away. Ooh, they get a cremated funeral. I guess they get the honor that they don't deserve. Really, you kill somebody with an axe, they turn into ash. How? That doesn't make any sense at all. That makes no sense at all. And yet Atreus killed the bear. The corpse was still there. How? How? Nah, man, y'all tripping, man.